Hello everybody, my name is Marvel. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about what you need to do to make your trip to Kinshasa as smooth as possible. Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Marvel. I'm from Democratic Republic of Congo, but I do live in the United States of America. Because I am flying soon to Kinshasa, I figured there were a lot of Congolese out there who've been abroad for so long and they have not been back to Congo whatsoever. And in case you are considering to visit Kinshasa after a long time abroad, these tips might help you navigate your way through without any complications, without any headaches or even scams. Stick around as I decide, Stick around as I discuss what you will need and what you need to do to make your trip to Kinshasa as smooth as possible. So first of all, let's start with immigration process. Number one thing you should not forget when traveling to Kinshasa, it is a yellow fever card. I do not know if this only applies to Congolese citizens or it applies to everybody flying to Kinshasa. But from my past experience, I know by now that I shouldn't forget my yellow fever card whenever I'm traveling to Kinshasa because they will try to make you pay for the card, which only costs about probably the most $20. But if you come across somebody who reads you and understand that you don't know better, they will try to extort you as much as they can. Speaking of which, let me share something that's happened to me in the past, which I regretted later, but because I was so naive, I ended up getting scammed. Back in 2020, I traveled to Kinshasa after a long time back here in America, and I knew about the yellow fever card, but I didn't expect for them to ask for me. But I didn't expect them to ask that from me. I get to the airport, got off the airplane. I'm going through immigration. This back when COVID-19 was still a big deal, right? I had my COVID vaccine and everything all together. I had my COVID vaccine and everything ready to go. I went through the immigration, got my visa. As I am, walking down the hall, some guy approaches me and asks me for the yellow fever card. I'm like, what about it? It's like, you don't have a yellow fever card? I'm like, no, I do not. It's like, all right. It takes me to this office who he pretended was his, but I can tell from the pictures all over the wall, that office did not belong to him. It was an unoccupied office which he just made himself comfortable and convinced me into believing that that office not only is his, but then he proceeded, picked up this book and opened, started reading all the articles, started reading all the regulations. I'm like, bro, cut the bull crap, get straight to the point. What's going on? Because I'm trying to get the hell up out of here. I got people waiting for me outside. What do I need to do to get this? It's like, well, the yellow fever card costs about $80. I'm like, that's bullshit. I remember when I first left the country, it only cost me $20, and I did my research. The prices never changed. So we went a little back and forth. Eventually, he was able to bring it down to $40. So I paid the $40 and he gave me this fake receipt, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, dude, I paid the $40 for you to give me another yellow fever card. So when I'm traveling, when I'm flying back, you don't ask for it. It's like, no, that's not how that works. You will show that receipt that I gave you when you're traveling back to the immigration agent, and it will provide a new yellow fever card so you don't have to pay for it. I'm like, is that so? It's like, yes. Remind you, I'm tired after 19 plus hours on an airplane. All I was trying to do is get out of there, go get some rest. I'm like, all right, I knew it was bullshit, but I still bought it because I didn't really have that much of a choice. Otherwise, I would have stayed in the office for the longest time. Long story short, the guy scammed me. It got to my pockets. I paid $40 for something that cost $20, and then I didn't get the yellow fever card. So I had to purchase another yellow fever card when I was traveling back to the US. But now I got two yellow fever cards in my house. I take them back to Kinshasa every single time I'm traveling to Congo. So if you have one, do not forget it. Make sure you keep that by you or wherever you keep your travel documents, because it's gonna come in handy. They're not gonna try to get anything from you if you get the yellow fever card. If you don't have one, you can always purchase one. They sell them right there at the airports. If you are approached by someone who tried to do the same thing they did to me, tell them, take me where they selling it. I'm gonna buy it. I want to have it in my hand, physically. Period. No question asked. And as soon as you say that, they will know you know what the deal is, and they will not want to mess with you. So I don't want you making the same mistake that I made when I traveled to Congo back in 2020. All right. So with that being said, here is another thing, another tip that will make your trip very smoothly when you are traveling to Kinshasa. If you know somebody that works at the airport that you can reach out to and have them help you collect the bags, this will help you so much. You have no idea how helpful this is. I remember in 2021 when I went back to Congo, Kinshasa again, I was connected through a friend with someone who works there. That person, when I had checked out my bags here in the US, he asked me to take a picture of all of the bags that I had checked. I took a picture of them, sent it to him. Before even my flight arrived, all the bags had already arrived prior to our flight landed. He was able to collect all the bags that I had. By the time I got off the airplane and going through immigration, and I got my visa, as I'm walking out, all of the bags were already collected. And then my family, I can see my family from distance, and I can see the guy who I had just gotten connected, standing right over there with all of the bags. So I went through immigration, went through security. They checked all my bags, everything is good. So I approached him, shook hand, and then I introduced my family to him, so he was able to release all my bags to them. So we exchanged phone numbers, and everything was so amazing. But there is one more thing you should be aware of though. I remember this might have been back in 2020 or something like that when I traveled, or maybe 2014. Let me be more precise. This was probably 2014. What happened was my family were there. My family was there waiting for me, right? I see my brother-in-law, my sister, my mom, all my friends were there, right? So I made it through the immigration, and I was approached by a group of guys, because my brother and my cousin, they were pushing all the bags. I had probably six or seven bags that I had brought from the US with me, right? So they were pushing it to the car so we can leave. And one of the guys just among the group was helping out. It was the only one that was helping out. However, when they had already loaded all the bags into the car, this guy kept following me, right? Asking me, come on, man, can you give me a little something? Because we were the ones who helped. And I looked around, I'm like, all right, nice that I give them $20. It was two of them. They took the $20 and disappeared. The guy who actually helped wasn't even there, was with my brother all along. And then I approached them. The guy asked me for money. I'm like, bro, are you kidding me? I just gave your friends $20 and you coming back and asking me for more money? It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Those are not my friend. And my brother looked at me, did you give money to somebody? I'm like, yeah. My brother is like, you know what? I know exactly what this guy just did. But these guys standing right in front of you is the one who helped us with the bag. So he's the one who deserved to get the money. And my brother asked me to give a description of what those guys look like so you can go after them. I'm like, you know what? Let's not make this any more difficult than it already is. It's all good. I'ma pay him, but I just learned my lesson. So I paid the guy $10, and then I got in the car, we left. So one thing I learned is that there are a lot of hustlers at the airport. You just have to be aware of your surroundings. Look around, see what's going on. Because if you're not paying attention, somebody may approach you pretending as if they were helping when your bags were being claimed. And then you think by paying them, they're going to share the money with the whole group. No, they're going to take the money and disappear. That's exactly what happened with me. So I don't want you making the same mistake that I made. That's why you should always have someone. If you don't have anyone, that's fine too. But if you're traveling, do your best, do the best you can to connect with someone you know better who works at the airports. Like me personally now, other than the guy that they introduced me to who helped me back in 2020, I'm sorry, in 2021, I found out one of my friends that I grew up with. This actually is my good friend. He works at the airport. By the way, he was the one who helped me out when I traveled to Kinshasa back in 2023. He collected all my bags. What's wrong? What's going on? What happened? What happened? All right, I'm coming. Go sit down, okay? Let me finish the video. I'm coming, okay? All right, I'm coming. Go sit down. All right, I'm coming. So yeah, my friend who else helped me back in 2023 when I went to Kinshasa, I was able to get a hold of him last week. We talked. I told him when my flight is landing, and he told me, "All right, brother, I got you. I'll be working on that day. So you just did the same thing you did last time. Take a picture of your, all of the tickets that you get from checking your bags and send it to me. I'll make sure I collect all of them before you even, make it through the immigration, which will make my experience much more smoothly. All right. And another thing, before I forget, I wanted to mention, if you are traveling with your any of your electronics, I'm talking about your laptop, um cameras, if you have like digital cameras, or anything of value that you have in your carry-on bags, be mindful. There is another checkpoint right before you exit the airport, in international airport of Kinshasa, where everybody's got to go through this room. They will, physically inspect your bag, check everything you have inside the bags, right? They will ask you questions such as how much all of these gears cost. All right. It's a tricky question. They're asking you to know how much they cost so that they put a price tag of what you need to pay through customs in order for you to get your stuff. So pretty much nobody told me this, but common sense actually kicked in. I had all my camera gears. I had a bunch of things in my backpack, and I had, two laptops on me. I had one in my backpack, and there was another laptop in my carry-on bags, right? And it's all of the things that I have, of course, I paid for it, but I didn't buy them new, bringing them into the country to sell them. I told them, listen, these are my gears. This is my laptop that I do my work on, and these are my cameras. I just take family pictures while I'm here so I can keep memories. None of these things is coming here as a way of, business or anything like that. So pretty much I told them zero. So that's another thing you should remember. Do not tell them that you paid for them and this is how much money it costs, because they will be under the impression you are bringing it to the country to sell them. Just claim them as they don't have value, you didn't pay for them. That way you won't end up paying, crazy amount of money. While I was sitting in that office, there were other people who owe $600, $700 based on the value of things that they have claimed they had in their bags, right? That's another important details that you should keep in mind when traveling to Kinshasa, all right? So you guys, that's all I had to say. About this video. Thank you guys again for tuning in. I do appreciate you watching this video to the end. If there is something that I did not mention that you think it will be important to cover based on your personal experience, please feel free to let me know in the comment section down below so we can have a discussion and also help others make their trip to Kinshasa much more smoothly. Until the next video, happy Saturday. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Have a fantastic day.